Well, the Leafs could not have started the West Coast Canada road trip on a better note. Leafs go into Calgary, the best, record-wise, the best team in the Western Conference, go into their barn. After playing on Saturday night, you have to go out west to play on a Monday. That ain't easy to do. And the Leafs make it look easy, beating the Calgary Flames 6-2. And before we even get into this game whatsoever, my player of the game, no questions asked, Frederik Andersen. I understand Tyler Ennis had a hat trick. That's amazing. But Frederik Andersen is a huge reason of why this team was able to get the 3-0 lead in the first place. The ability to make 3 or 4 10-bell saves in the first period to keep it a 1-0 game or a 0-0 game at the time was massive. And we've talked about it over and over. The ability to make the big save at the right time. Garrett Sparks has not been able to do that. Frederik Andersen has been notorious at doing that. And he makes some huge saves in the first. And about midway through the first period on the power play, Tyler Ennis buries his 10th goal of the season. And it was a really weird play because Kapanen fires it around the boards. And I forgot who it was, tries to keep it in at the blue line, loses his stick in the process. Jake Muzzin picks up the loose puck, kind of sees Ennis in front. Hard pass right to Ennis. Riddick goes down, assuming it's a shot. Problem, Ennis has beautiful hands in tight. A nice little whoop whoop, and he roofs it on Dave Riddick as he's already down and out. It's pretty much over. And the Leafs have a 1-0 lead on the road in Calgary. And you got a 1-0 lead. Power play goal for the Leafs. With about just under 3 minutes to go in the first period, I don't know what the heck happens here. Tyler Ennis tries to backhand it on the net. It hits, I think it was Anderson's foot, skate, and it goes up in the air. Riddick's got no clue where it is until it's in the back of the net. It was a sloppy goal. It was a weird bounce. But you know what? On the road, we'll take it. Ennis with his second of the game and second of the period. 11th goal of the year. Marinson and Trevor Moore grab assists on the play. And the Leafs got a 2-0 lead late in the first period. Things are going great here. Late in the period, you want to keep that 2-goal lead, right? Flames showing a little bit of pressure here. I forgot who it was, tries to pass it towards the blue line. It was not a hard pass, and Mitch Marner intercepts it. The Calgary defense is flat-footed. Marner goes around the defenseman, and he's on a breakaway. Tries to slide a 5-hole on Riddick. Good save by Riddick. Problem, Zach Hyman, being as gritty and grimy as he is, crashes the net hard and ends up putting the puck in with his skate. They review it. It's a good goal, and it's a 3-0 Leafs lead after 1 period of play. Now, some Flames fans are going to say, well, it was a kicking motion. Look, for me, I look at the play. Zach Hyman's got a ridiculous amount of momentum going towards the net. Are you telling him not to try to stop? How do you stop in hockey? Well, your skates go sideways, and you stop. Are you telling me you want him to go straight skates, either right into the post or face first into the boards? He's going to attempt to stop. The puck does hit his skate, and it goes in, and it's a good goal. It's a 3-0 Leaf lead. There you go. Great period for the Leafs. They get outshot 12-11. However, shots on goal don't mean squat. It's a 3-0 lead. Now, did you get a couple of greasy goals in the first period? Yeah, but you know what? They went in the net, and that's all that matters. Second period rolls around, guys. 4 minutes in, Mitch Marner. I mean, he makes TJ Brody look stupid as he looks to shoot it, and Brody's out there to block it. Challenges him hard. Marner stops, goes around him, and then a beautiful backdoor feed to Zach Hyman. His second goal of the game, 16th of the year. Marner and Morgan Riley grab assists in the play, and the Leafs got a 4-0 lead early in the second period. Things are going great here. but you can't get off the gas pedal because that team in Calgary can score at will. You can't let them get back into the game. Late in the second period, a greasy bounce in front of the net leads to the puck landing on Matthew Tkachuk's stick, and he buries it into the net, and it's a 4-1 game late in the second period. And there I'm thinking to myself, well, that goal scares me because now the momentum has shifted. Can the Leafs hang on and get into the second period, get to the second intermission, still with the 2-goal lead? They do. Now, in that period, the shots were 16-11 in favor of the Flames, but you look at the period, 1-1 in goals. That's what matters, people. And that's what the score was after 2 periods of play. Leafs up 4-1. Third period. A great job by Trevor Moore. I mean, this kid continues to impress me on a nightly basis. Just zooms around the net and tries to fire it on. Ennis redirects it. I think it hits the defenseman in front. But Ennis gets the puck back, gets around about along the boards at about the circle, about the hash marks on the boards. Spins and fires, not a hard shot, along the ice. Riddick's got no clue the puck's coming, and it goes 5-hole. Hat trick for Tyler Ennis. His first career hat trick. You know, the types of seasons he threw together with the Buffalo Sabres, you would have thought he'd at least had 1 hat trick in those years. But no. He gets his first hat trick of his career, Ennis, on the 4th line. And the crazy thing about this, guys, I mean, he's put a great year together. He sits the last game for Nick Baton. Now, Ennis did not deserve to sit, but you wanted to get the new guy in there. He scored a goal. You get Tyler Ennis right back in there, and he gives you a hat trick. I mean, 2 of them were really greasy, grimy goals, but like I said earlier, it's in the back of the net. That's what counts. Who cares how greasy it was? Ennis has his hat trick, his 12th goal of the year. Trevor Moore's got 2 assists. The 4th line was incredible today. Look, I was not impressed with the Matthews, Kapanen, Janssen line. You know, I really wasn't impressed with them. The Marlowe, Brown, and Nylander line, I wasn't impressed with them either. But the 4th line was incredible. I mean, you don't see it too often, but they dominated of play when they were on the ice. I want to see the time on the ice for those guys. Do I have that here? Yeah, Ennis played almost 12 minutes. Moore played 10. Where's Gauthier? He played 10. We're so used to seeing those guys play like 7 minutes a night. But they were playing that good. They deserve to play more. Way to go, coach. They're playing well. You keep them out there. I mean, look at this. Your 4th line, may I add. 4th line. Ennis gives you a hat trick, and Trevor Moore gets you 2 assists. Ennis was a +2. Moore was a +2. Frederick Gauthier was a +2, and I didn't get a goal or an assist or anything, but was a +2. And the 4th line, guys, has been incredible. Look, can we talk about Trevor Moore? Oh, by the way, we weren't even done with goals yet. By the way, Derek Ryan scores a grease. You want to make it 5-2. And then Mitch Marner scores a grease. I think he hit it off the defender or something and into the net. His 24th goal of the year. John Tavares with the assist. And Mitch Marner with that goal. That is his 10th 3-point game this year. Mitch Marner, guys, has 81 points so far this year. 82-game season. We're not even at game 70 yet, and he has 82 points. Or 81. Mitch Marner is putting some type of year together in a contract year. This is going to be quite an interesting offseason when it comes to contract negotiations when it comes to Mitch Marner and the Toronto Maple Leafs. And I love throwing these stats out there, right? We talked about Mitch Marner's 10 3-point games this year. We talked about Tyler Ennis firing his first career NHL hat trick. And Zach Hyman with his 16th goal of the year. That's his career high in goals. And there's still like 15, 17, whatever the heck the amount of games left to play. He could be at 20 goals scored by the end of the year. The Leafs, and by the way, Morgan Riley sets a career high in assists in a single season with 47. The Leafs players are growing, they're developing, and the Leafs dominated play. Look, I'm not saying the Calgary Flames played a great game, the Leafs were just that much better. The Leafs played a good game. The Flames didn't. And they didn't get good goaltending, and they got some lucky the Leafs got some lucky bounces. But that is sports, people. You look at baseball. when you miss a home run by that much? Well, you did miss it. As Wayne Gretzky always says, you miss 100% of the shots you do not take. And Ennis shot 2 greasy snot balls, and they ended in the back of the net. That's what matters. And guys, like I said off the top, with Frederik Andersen, and I know Ennis had the hat trick, and I know Moore had a great night, and I know, everybody had a great night pretty much. Frederik Andersen is my player of the game. The way he kept this team in the game early on and allowed the Leafs to get that big lead. And then when they did, it was kind of smooth sailing the rest of the way. 2 goals on 37 shots for Frederik Andersen. And the Leafs come away with the victory. Back-to-back wins for the Leafs. And look, we talk about, the Leafs not being able to beat these big teams. And great, you can beat the Buffalo Sabres, but you can't beat the Bruins. And then you lose to the other big teams like the Islanders and stuff like that. The Leafs just beat the second-place team in the entire National Hockey League. But the one problem with the Calgary Flames, and it is something that is looming and is, at least in the last couple games for the Flames, is a big red flag, their goaltending. Mike Smith, not very good. Dave Riddick, he had a great start to the year, David Riddick, but he's not been good lately. Especially tonight. So, I'm not going to sit here and say that the Flames aren't a good team because you're second place in the league for a different reason. But the Leafs dominated the play tonight for the most part, with Frederik Andersen being Freddie, as we've gotten used to seeing, except he was extra special there tonight. He's my player of the game, all right? The next game for the Toronto Maple Leafs, guys, is Game 2 of the Canadian West Coast trip as they head to Vancouver to take on the Canucks. The 9 o'clock puck drop again on Wednesday night. Frederik Andersen, Jacob Markstrom are the expected goaltenders in that game on Wednesday night. All right, so guys, that is going to do it for this one. You guys enjoyed this video, and you guys enjoyed the victory there tonight. Smack that like button. I do appreciate that. And the subscribe button if you guys have not already. Comment down below. What'd you think of the game? Who is your MVP? Mine's Freddie. Would you give it to Tyler Ennis? Would you give it to Mitch Marner, Trevor Moore, Zach Hyman? You got lots of guys to choose from. Who is your MVP in today's game? By the way, I think Jake Muzzin had 2 assists in the game. He knows 31 points this year. I think he's got like 10 points already as a Leaf. He's been pretty darn good if you ask me as a Toronto. Look, has he made some mistakes? Yeah. But every defenseman has. The fact that he's putting up the points as well, it's great to see from Jake Muzzin, all right? And the Leafs are winning. That's all that matters in the long run, all right? So who is your player of the game, guys? Let me know down below. And Evan and I will talk to you guys. It'll be Thursday afternoon, podcast edition. Link is in the description for the podcast channel, guys, and for the podcast itself on iTunes. Twitter is also down below. Follow up, send me a DM, do all that great stuff, and I will talk to you guys Raptors edition as they welcome in the bearded wonder, James Harden, to Scotiabank Arena tomorrow night. It's an 8 o'clock tip-off at Scotiabank Arena as the Raptors look to get back into the win column after that tough loss against the Detroit Pistons in overtime. Kawhi, we're all assuming he's going to be playing tomorrow for the Raptors. You'll want to see a great game, especially another one on national TV against a good team in the Houston Rockets. And as for the Leafs, guys, like we said, their next game is Game 2 of what the heck just happened there? Game 2 of the Western Canada road trip as the Leafs are in Vancouver taking on the Canucks. Frederik Andersen, Jacob Markstrom are the expected starters in that game. 9 o'clock puck drop there in Vancouver. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. We'll talk to you guys then.